After choosing empowerment over dread, I began searching for meaningful and effective solutions to put into practice in my own life. Progressive Hedonist is a podcast to share the ways we can take on climate change through food and joy. On days when this seems completely impossible, this podcast is a reminder that each of us can make an impact. I'm Dana Cowan. Join me in conversations with thought leaders like Alice Waters, Andrew Zimmern, Dr. Ayanna Elizabeth Johnson, and more. We can learn together what is possible. You can listen anywhere podcasts can be found and join the conversation on Instagram at progressive_hedonist.
You're listening to Heritage Radio Network.
Since 2009, HRN podcasts have been exploring the wide world of food, beverage, and agriculture. Learn more at heritageradionetwork.org.
This episode is brought to you by Wisconsin Cheese. We've been making cheese in Wisconsin since before we were even a state, which may be one reason why we win so many awards for it. It's what happens when a whole state dreams in cheese. Find your next favorite cheese at wisconsincheese.com.
We talk about food, we talk about music, with musical dudes. Finger on the pulse, snacky tunes.
Hello and welcome to Snacky Tunes. I'm your host, Darren Bresnitz, and a little housekeeping before we get into the episode. This will be the last new episode this year. Thank you to all the guests, HRN, the engineers, special shout out to Liam, and everyone who helped make this show possible, all the incredible people in the PR world who keep the show fresh and alive. We couldn't be doing it without you, so thank you so much. We'll be back in the new year with new episodes and new issues of the newsletter featuring 5 rules for more of a good life. On today's episode, we sit down with 2 of my favorite people in the LA food scene, Bill Addison and Jenn Harris. It is time for the annual LA Times 101. We talk about what has changed in the last year of the restaurant community, how they work together to craft this year's list, and what people can expect from the event. Tickets are still available. Go to www.latimes.com/events. It really is so much fun and a great kickoff to the December holiday season. And then we go back into the archives for one of our favorite bands from their first performance on the show, Radical Dads. They talk about their soda zine, their pizza blogs, and why they were so excited to get into the food world when they were musicians all the way back in 2013. Thanks again. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Stay safe. Look out for each other. So here we go. Here's Snacky Tunes on HRN. Jen and Bill, appreciate you taking the time out of your tight deadline to stop by Snacky Tunes to chat once again. Great to see you both, and what a season, what a year, huh?
What a season, what a year. Hi, Darren. Thanks for having us.
What a time to
go. I don't know if judging a culinary scene by a calendar year is always fair, because I don't think that the scene is like, okay, new restaurants are on January 1st, and then once it hits December 31st, like that's how it wraps. But since you guys are doing the annual list, let's call it like December to December as far as like the culinary year. What do you think the story of the LA dining scene is this year? Is there one narrative? Are there multiples? What do you think when people look back on 2024, they're going to say about it?
You can go first.
Okay.
So many things.
Yeah, so many things. Depressing year. A lot of closure.
Mm-hmm.
Over 100, I would say, right? Last count.
And because it's so difficult economically for restaurants, I feel like financially, spiritually, creatively, the restaurants that did open, there's a lot of safe approaches to menus, a lot of wanting to make sure that kitchens are appealing to as many customers as they can, just to get people through the doors. And so I feel like for us, the places that open that do have a really strong sense of creativity or a really strong expression of identity really stand out. You know, places like Azizam in Silver Lake,
Kamal.
And Kamal, certainly in the Mercado La Paloma. Even in the way that they're building on their previous repertoire, Camellia, by Charles Nama and Courtney Kaplan. You know, I love not just approach to the food there, but certainly like Courtney's encyclopedic knowledge of
crazy,
sake and
knowledge.
Wine. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's always a funny position, because I wouldn't ever, no matter what is happening in Los Angeles, I'm never going to be like, oh, it was a terrible year. Like, that's honestly not how I feel. And that's not the truth, because there are always perspectives. Like, we're kind of, what's implicit maybe in this question is like, what are the restaurants that are sparking national conversation or, pushing dialogue further about what it means to be an LA restaurant in some new and redefining way. But the communities that make Los Angeles what it is are always seeing new restaurants that express the essence of the people who really they're looking to feed. And that's always going to make LA a really unique and special place.
You know, I have found this year more than past, and I don't mean this in a negative way, I mean this in the best way. There have been a lot of neighborhood spots that have opened up, spots that are for the people in a certain area, because they know how tenuous media, national coverage, and that type of stuff can be. And in some ways, I see that as a positive, that people are looking to serve the community around them and not chasing maybe a national spotlight. And that will hopefully add to some longevity in the places opening, because they're not chasing people flying in and dining with them. They're serving the people around them.
Yeah, and LA is big enough to encompass both. And so if one is late one year, another show, another aspect shows up in another year. And that's the year for that, the kind of definitely like more local, tight knit kind of approach.
I think people are still we're still coming out of the pandemic, the effects of the pandemic, and I think people are still in survival mode. So whereas like I always saw LA as this like amazing wild child kind of a food city, and it's definitely the heart and soul of that is still there, but it's definitely less than it has been in years before for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I think you see a lot of people who had maybe different business models as restaurants, thinking like Bridgetown Roadie or Yellow Paper, are now shifting to like a very standard brick and mortar type of setup, which I get. You know, I think it's tough to make a lot of money long term on doing pop-ups or things that are not a standard. I have a drinks program and extra things like that, but there is a little bit of people going back to that safety net of like when people say restaurant, it is a restaurant. I will say that I feel like the year is ending on a bright note. I think there are some openings that have been really exciting. I was at Rasa Ruma last night, which was super delicious, like Bar Étoile, and just, you know, someone like Holy Basil. Like there's been stuff this year where I feel like we're coming out of this pandemic stuff. Do you have the sense that there is a turning point, that things in 2025 are going to be a little bit more stable?
I mean, it's hard to answer that question. I think I can only be more specific when I think we are talking about these super ambitious restaurants that maybe were not part of the landscape this year. You know, when you think about Somni,
Just going to say something.
right? Somni, and also Dave Barron's.
Oh, the name is escaping me.
Oh no, you have to
me.
edit this. This is terrible.
I was like,
Dave,
what is it?
It's not Celine, is it?
I think it is.
It's Celine.
I think it is.
Yes. So if you can edit this, right? And Dave Barron's.
And Dave Barron's, yes. You know we go live to tape here, so he will be forgiving. But yes, there are these bright spots. But go on, yeah.
I knew it. Yes. Yeah, I mean, and Dave Barron is a literal tasting menu genius. That's what he does well, and I do trust that there's an audience for people with this. The kind of appetite and wallets for this kind of dining. Again, it's the whole expression that makes LA, and so we'll see. It's such a funny city in the way that the whole notion of is fine dining dead? What is fine dining? And it's just like, you know, you can spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on an omakase here, you know, and eat so much so that even omakases are like their own ecosystem here now. Like we both loved Mori Nozomi this year. Like that was a bright spot for openings, certainly, and a great way to see how the omakase format can kind of be subtly personalized in ways that feel very specific to LA. I mean, the chef literally moved from Japan to LA and started her cooking career here, and she probably wouldn't have been on the same path if she'd stayed in Japan, you know. So,
right. I mean, talking about the money of things, you know, there was the very sad announcement that All Day Baby is closing, and in the note that followed it said there aren't enough people or incomes to sustain this many restaurants in the city.
Yeah, I mean, it's very sobering to read that from an LA veteran like Lynn. So,
and to get that, I think it's something that everyone on the industry knew, and I think she might be the first person to really just outright say. But restaurants keep opening, right? And there's always new spots, and this year was no different. What is it about LA, especially since you two know the hardships of it, that drive people to keep opening restaurants here at all levels?
People, I think that, I mean, people do not open restaurants to make money. They open restaurants to tell a story. No, but you know, but really,
no. I know.
To lose money and work 24 hours a day, more hours a day.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's because people still have stories to tell and they still love it. And they want to feed people in more ways than just food. And I think it's hopeful and it means so much for a community when a specific restaurant opens there. And I don't think that little spark of hope will ever fully die. I hope it doesn't. But especially in a city like Los Angeles, no, I think we'll just see so many openings. Continue.
And my hope for the city is always kind of that elusive mid-tier where people figure out right what the economic model is to sustain themselves and also, cook food in ways that no one has quite thought of or seen before, or conversely are ways that are really so specific to a culture that the regionality of it, the specificity of it is a rarity unto itself.
And it manages to resonate with everybody.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's always the toughest thing about when you have these sustained economic issues is that it's the middle that gets squeezed, right? Like the street tacos, the street food, the whole scene like that, that's going to be okay. And then the people who still want to go to Providence and that, or the upper echelons, that will exist in its own world. But it's that middle, casual Tuesday night, let's go have a bite, glass of something nice. And it's like those are going to get hurt the most.
Yeah. And I don't mean this negatively. I don't mean to single out a single cuisine or restaurant. But when I think about the steady opening or the steady presence of Italian. Oh, you know what I was going to say.
Yeah. No, I know. How many was it this year? Was it a dozen? I lost count of how many, hey, meatballs and sauce and gravy and bread. It's just like, okay.
And that brings in, there is a pattern in LA dining that I think anyone who observes the industry is familiar with, where for 6 to 9 months, restaurants are often booked insanely and obscenely, and then suddenly they totally drop off. And Donna's in Echo Park, which is just very Italian American, it has not dropped off. You know what I mean? That's such an example of a restaurant that that just kind of found its niche. But Italy, if you read about Italy, if you go to Italy, you know that what they pride themselves most on is the specificity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so regional.
Venice versus Sicily. It's literally my town does this really well. And,
my grandma in my town.
Right.
Yeah.
So as an observer, as a lover of food, I always wish the Italian repertoire is so enormous. Why not explore more of it? And isn't a medium of flour and water a more affordable way? But that's me. That is me speaking off the top of my head. I worked.
Yeah.
In
we all only going to do the Liguorian coast.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's. Yeah. I wonder sometimes why we don't see more of that in a cuisine that is so globally loved.
Well, I think it's easy. People go, I know Italian, and then someone goes, this is Sicilian cooking, and where's Sicily? And then you go, well, I have a surprise for you.
This place.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a quick musical break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the list, this year's event, and maybe some holiday New Year's traditions as the year comes to an end. We have a song from the archives here on Snacky Tunes on HRN.
picture, hang it on your sleeve of the record you keep on me, and just light it and watch it burn. Please forget me. Will you ever learn? I don't want anyone. It's just who I've become. You know me, I know you. There is nothing left to prove. You're like a crouton, reaching for the higher shelf. There's nothing left here to see. No one needs any of our seed, but you still think that everyone wants a cut. Ah, honey, that door has been shut. I don't want anyone. It's just who I've become.
Welcome back to Snacky Tunes. I'm here with Bill and Jenn of the LA Times, and we are getting towards the beginning of December, which means the annual 101 list is going to come out, and everyone's going to celebrate and have their opinions, and it's going to be a great discussion, which is sort of what I love about the list and the whole celebration of it all. I guess my biggest question is, and obviously we have a pandemic in the middle of all this, but how much does the restaurant scene here in LA really change year to year?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's so funny. I think maybe the better question is how, because the 101 is like there are thousands of restaurants in this region, right? So it's like, how much does the top tier of defining excellence change year to year? I just think that's a fun question to ask that never gets old. And I feel like part of the challenge is, and part of the joy of doing the list with Jenn this year, because I have been traveling more for work to cover the rest of the state of California, and knowing that was on my calendar, my editors and I discussed really early in the year, what if Jenn wrote the list with me this year? And it's just really wonderful to have Jenn specifically be the person to debate with, to eat with, to like reach for like new things of like, what are we not seeing on this list? Like what can we, that's a question I ask myself every year, all the time in Los Angeles, but it's nice to have Jenn to discuss that with.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah, for real.
I mean,
I don't know
how much. Oh, go on.
No, I was just say it was obviously challenging with two people. So the fact that you did this on your own for so many years is insane. I think I texted you that maybe once a week, that you were an insane person. So, yeah.
So I have a process question, but because you bring that up, so because there's two of you, and obviously you're not going to agree on everything, was there someone who would be a tiebreaker? Did you have like a mom or a dad that you go to and say, okay, we're
this was a mom and dadless endeavor.
We were the mom and dad.
Yeah,
I know. Okay.
We had to parent ourselves, Darren. That's deep.
Yeah,
always the toughest thing.
We had some spirited, respectful debates about many things.
Yeah, and some of which I guess in funny in instances like almost canceled things out, right? Like pizza's the thing that we disagree on
Pizza.
the most. So it was like, well, that should be on the list. And you're like, no, but this should be on the list. And then at the end, we were just like, okay, like we can agree, like order sheets and pizzeria say, like, that's great.
Yeah.
Love them.
You know what I mean? Like,
both excellent.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you bring up two restaurants that were on the list last year. For the process of this, do you throw the whole list out from the previous year and refill it back in? Or do you start looking at the 101 from last year and being like, all right, we have a base, might stay, but the order might change?
We definitely go through, the process, I feel comfortable saying is we started with last year's magazine and kind of flipped through. Obviously there are some closures, and we kind of flipped through and we were like, okay, like what do we love on here? What's possible to be moved off, or it was fun for me to have Jenn be a bad guy so she could be like, that shouldn't be on here. And I'm like, all right, sister, like they're gone.
Oh yeah, I am the bad guy this year. No matter what happens, we discussed that I am going to be the bad guy. So. Oh,
so when people are at the event at the Palladium, it's going to Jenn and being like, hey, Jenn, what's up?
Any questions Bill gets, he's just going to type out my email address and then it'll be my fault.
I mean, listen,
start with
this is the 12th year, right? How do you keep it fresh? How do you keep it where people are still talking about it, where people want to see this list? I mean, it sounds like this is with a different approach this year, but is keeping it fresh and keeping it spicy part of what goes into it?
We're aiming for spicy now.
Yeah, I mean, yes, of course, because you don't want people to lose interest in this thing that our company invests an enormous amount of resources in. I mean, Jenn and I, each went to the restaurants independently. We were eating on our own and then crisscrossing, like, okay, like I'm like pretty excited about this. So then I know this like comes out real time. So just forgive the question in the real time. This airs after the.
No, this will air Sunday.
Okay,
before.
Great. The Sunday before. Oh, so we're not
this Sunday. This Sunday. You can't give anything away. We do it every year. It's a preview. We never release anything. None of that.
Well, because you know what? Who doesn't think that Quarter Sheets and Pizzeria Say are on
Kamal,
this list?
Azizim.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
listen,
these are all
you've already announced the restaurants who are going to be cooking at the event. There's usually a correlation.
Okay.
So I would just say, like, it'll be fun for people then to look at the top 10. There are a couple. I can think of 3 ways that the top 10 could raise eyebrows, and 3 ways that it could induce shrugs too. You know what I mean? It does come down to like excellence is excellence. Like the place that I think is the best sushi restaurant in Los Angeles is not going to like drop out of sight. I think what was fun, I will say too, is that in our process when Jen and I had to get to the ranking stage.
Oh God.
Sure.
I was like, okay, like let's just go independently rank our top 25.
Yes.
And when we came together, it was like all but 3 of the same restaurants in pretty close proximity to each other.
It was kind of nuts.
Yeah, it was. I think it gave both of us like an extra boost of like, okay, like we are not just that we're on the same page, but that like we have a compatible understanding of what makes great Los Angeles.
And a lot of those meals were eaten at these same restaurants at separate times. We did not have all those meals together. So that spoke volumes.
Yeah. And it was fun to go back to the one where we were like, okay, is this number 1? And very valuable for me, who's done this list 3 times solo in the past several years, to be like, okay, you see it.
Yes, I saw it.
I remember the year that you didn't rank, and I, who do not have a restaurant, was like, oh my God, that's so nice. Like, we're all in this community, and all the chefs were like, I can't believe we weren't ranked. Like, I want to know what number I am. And I was like, okay. I was like, here, my kumbaya, let's we're all this together. And it's like, oh no, who's number 1?
Right.
Yes. They want to be mad at me.
They want to be mad.
They want to be mad. I mean, but it's standing in the crowd as they count down and people realize like, okay, they haven't been announced and now we're in the 60s, now we're in the 50s. It's just the energy in the room is always like, okay, let's see what the conversation goes. Speaking of the countdown, the event is December 3rd this year at the Hollywood Palladium. What can people expect? What can people look forward to who have been there in years past?
I mean, it's going to be there's going to be food from so many great restaurants in LA, especially on the list. But do we give away the lineup? The lineup's already out,
I mean,
right?
the lineup's public, so
okay.
Pick out some ones that you're.
I'm so excited that Perilla is going to be there. That's one of our restaurants. If I could eat lunch at like one restaurant every day, it'd probably be Perilla. I think we share that opinion. Delmi's Pupusas is going to be there. It's my favorite pupusas in the city.
Ooh, that's a good. Oh, you're
right?
giving that away, but it's live. That's a good one.
Oh no,
if y'all have ever? No, it's good. There you go, folks. If you've never been to Delmi's Pupusas, go now. Out. Yeah,
it's so good. Bavel's going to be there. They've been there before. We talked about pizza.
They're doing a hummus fountain, right?
I really hope so. I hope we can jump in it.
Is that possible? Right.
I don't know.
The warm Turkish hummus.
That sounds good.
Holbosch. We love Holbosch forever. Speaking of sushi, Morihiro was doling out like nigiri straight up last year.
I went back maybe Like that's my tip. Find where he is early in the night and go there first.
Yes, because he was tucked in that back corner, but you could tell the line stretching out into the main room I was like, what's going on in there?
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of drinks too, right? Martinis from the Benjamin and other.
Yep.
We're
martini people.
Yes, we
agree. We agree on this.
Martinis are fantastic.
I'm so excited. I don't know what they're going to be serving, but I'm so excited that Old Lightning in. And
especially for all of us who don't want to go all the way to the west side, will be there.
Yes, exactly. That's a good point.
Knife Pleat, which is one of my favorite restaurants ever. They're in Orange County. They're going to be cooking at the party for the first time this year, which is really exciting.
Because they love Jenn. Good. Yeah.
For those who've never been or don't have tickets yet, I always like to say that this is the industry's holiday party before the industry has to serve everyone else doing their holiday party.
That's a nice.
Yeah.
So it's a good time for everyone to get together before everyone sees each other in, honestly, like January, unless you go to the restaurants. And speaking of December heading into the new year, I'd love to know what you guys have planned for maybe your own cooking or your own celebration, movies, things like that. I'll be doing latkes on Christmas with probably a Thomas Keller roasted chicken, which is probably my real Christmas dream come to life. But I'd love to hear what you guys have planning and if you have any holiday traditions.
Do you want to?
I mean, I'm from Maryland originally, and my whole family is still there. So I always go to Maryland for Christmas. And kind of what I am sort of the holiday cook. There's the best mac and cheese recipe in the universe by Edna Lewis and Scott Peacock from their book, The Gift of Southern Cooking, is like my staple, the thing that I want to eat at that time of year. Every year, I go. Yeah, I do travel. I travel around the holidays a little bit. How about you, Jenn?
My holiday table. So we do Hanukkah with my immediate family, my dad's side of the family, and then we do Christmas with my mom's side of the family, which is Chinese. So for Christmas, our holiday table often looks like an office like potluck table because everyone is bringing whatever their specialty is. But my grandma always makes this sticky rice that is my favorite thing in the universe, with like lapchang and dried rehydrated shiitake mushrooms and garlic and ginger, and it's that like has to be on the table or everyone is upset. And then I will definitely be making latkes for Hanukkah. My mom will make her brisket. She'll probably also do an apple cake that she always does. And I have one condiment two condiments that I contribute to every holiday table. And so I bring toom from Zankou chicken because it makes whatever dry meat on the table like taste infinitely better. And whatever chili crisp that I'm obsessing over the moment. So that's on the table.
We need to, we should do a story about our toom holiday traditions, our garlic sauce holiday traditions. My best friend is Lebanese, and for Thanksgiving every year we make a turkey in the style of like shawarma jej, which is like chicken shawarma, and so it's like super good. Lemony and garlicky, and like a hint of like sweet spices in there too, and then we make fresh toom like to serve with it, like along with like a little pan gravy. And that shit is good. Oh I just cursed. Sorry.
It's fine. It's friendly. It's totally fine. All right. So the event's on December 3rd. Tickets are still available for the event, and the list comes out on December 3rd as well.
Yes.
If people want to get tickets or follow the list or subscribe to LA Times, where can they go?
latimes.com/food.
Okay.
For everything.
Yeah. It should all be there.
Yeah, it should. We hope.
Yeah. Or just Google 101 event
Google LA Times 101 event.
Yeah. Sorry, our bosses.
Or go to Hollywood Palladium, and they'll have it listed for tickets and things like that. Bill, Jen, thank you for taking the time to come back. Always great to see you two and have you on the show. Congratulations on getting through and eating through another year, another list. I can't wait to see it. We have another song from the archives and then a live performance here on Snacky Tunes on HRN.
This episode is brought to you by Wisconsin Cheese. There's a reason when you think of Wisconsin, you think cheese. Cheese is a huge part of Wisconsin's history and future. In Wisconsin, the state of cheese, the tradition of cheese-making excellence began 180 years ago, before Wisconsin was recognized as a state. Immigrants traveled to settle in this lush green hills of Wisconsin, bringing their cheese-making traditions with them. These storied skills, combined with the freshest milk available, created a cheese-making culture that is uniquely Wisconsin. Wisconsin's 1,200 cheesemakers, many of whom are third and fourth generation, continue to pass on old world traditions while adopting modern innovations in cheese-making craftsmanship. Find your next favorite cheese at wisconsincheese.com.
Welcome, Radical Dads, to the show.
Thanks.
Our last band of 2013. I'm very excited. It's you guys. We heard about you because one of your bands on your label said, "Oh, you should get these guys on."
Nice.
So welcome.
Thanks.
Why don't we give people a brief history of how you guys came together?
Well, long ago, we went to college.
First, there was nothing.
Yeah, let's go way back.
Prehistoric.
Yeah.
But yeah, we all met in college and then started playing music together.
What college?
Well, we actually technically didn't go to the same college.
Oh, okay.
Technically, we didn't actually go to college.
We weren't really enrolled. No, we
Chris and I went to Connecticut College. And
Okay.
and I went to Brown. Close enough.
Close
University.
enough. How'd you meet then?
Friends of friends of
Okay.
friends.
Was it
Yeah.
like friends of friends, like, hey, these people play music, or just like you guys, like, hey, come to a party?
We're just like friends first,
Okay.
and then we became music friends.
We're just getting very granular here.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing that makes you friends.
Who made the first phone call? Or was it a text message? No. Okay.
No, there were no cell phones
Oh, okay.
at the time.
Oh,
It was
okay.
a long time ago.
Chris had a Man or Astro Man poster on his dorm room door. So
Okay.
got to talk to that guy.
Okay, perfect. Oh, when it was that type of was still a signifier.
Yeah.
Yes.
When it was
okay.
still like
Yes.
very underground and like not yes. Okay, good times. I remember the first time that I realized that it was done when this girl when I was in college I had a crush on for a long time because she dressed so cool and everything. And then I like finally got the courage to walk through because I was like, we're gonna have a great conversation about music. I'm into music. She's the way she dressed. She's always into music. And I was like, so what do you listen to? She's like, well, I'm really, really big into Limp Bizkit and Dave Matthews. And I went, shit. And then I went, shit, it's over. And then I never asked someone based on how they were just what they listened to. I waited first, but yeah. So, okay. So of a time when it still meant something.
It meant something.
Okay.
Yeah, Modest
sure.
Mouse used to be my signifier. Like if someone knew
Yeah.
who that was, and then all of a sudden everyone knew who
Right.
So
Yeah, and then they switched over to the mainstream. Then you went, I was a new new signifier. I was
pizza.
at college radio
Well, everyone
when
loves pizza.
yeah.
Oh, that's over too.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Now.
I don't know
Not-
what's
not-
underground. I don't know what
Except for the Pizza Underground.
Yeah. Anyway,
Soda.
soda. Yeah, you guys made a soda magazine, right?
Yeah.
How did that come about?
I love soda.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm 34 years old and I had never written a zine, and I was like, it's about time. If I'm going to do this before I die, I need to get on it now. And I love soda, so I figured you write zines about what you love.
Do you
right?
have a preference? Is it like Coke,
Oh, yeah.
Coke or Pepsi, or does it go like way deeper?
Fancy
Like
Way deeper.
Okay.
Way
what's
deeper.
what's your favorite?
Right now, I would have to say it's Fentiman's Rose Lemonade.
Not to be specific.
Yeah.
Where do you even get that?
Actually, it's widely available.
Yeah.
You would be surprised.
Find widely.
Saks
I mean-
Fifth Avenue, Tiffany,
All
and
over
Company,
Bushwick.
All over
Bushwick.
Bushwick.
Nordstrom.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of good soda in this town.
But what is it specifically about soda?
I think it's a really good conduit of flavor because you're not really worried about having a meal or getting nutrients. Like, you're just in it for the flavor and for the bubbles. And I think the bubbles help deliver the flavor not only in your mouth, but also up your nose.
Yeah, I mean, it's the effervescent. No, this is very serious. I don't even,
She knows
I don't
what
even
she's talking
understand why
about.
you're laughing. I don't. We have a Pizza
See what I have
Underground
to
here.
deal with?
Very
Yeah.
serious
Yeah.
show.
Taking it to the next level
Yeah.
now.
I would agree with you. How big is the zine?
It's soda sized.
Nice.
Fits in a soda 4-pack.
That is. Did you photocopy it? How did you make? Since you're a 34-year-old making your first zine.
Fancy. We sent it out, but it was a fancy photocopy place. Basically, it wasn't really.
Yeah.
Chop it
It's
down.
like, it's getting closer to a magazine than a zine, but, we did what we could.
Was there a depth of topic? Like, did you feel like you covered everything, or like there's some stuff that was left on the table? You could do a couple more issues.
Oh my God.
There's always more.
There's like, it just opened the Pandora's box of
Pandora's can.
Pandora's bottle. It popped the top. The bubbles are flying everywhere. And so we're in for issue 2.
And what's it called?
Fizz Navigator.
That's a good name.
Took a while to think of it.
Helter Seltzer was in the top running.
Oh, that's also quite controversial. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't want to cause any problems.
Yeah, especially for soda. All right, well, why don't we get into a song while I contemplate? Yeah, let's get back to why we're here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Modest
We can
Mouse
do
covers?
that. Modest Mouse cover.
Across the board.
It's called Float On.
I mean, if you played Modest Mouse cover.
Float on.
Not saying that I don't want to hear you guys, but I'm saying.
So
We'd be out.
what's the name of the first song?
The song is called Slammer.
Okay, live on Snackitude.
Take Listen to the spirit speak. And that spooky mystique. Now you're laughing at me. High five, alright. Barely crystallized. Between the black and white bars on the TV. Nothing to do but chill. Transfixed and sitting still. Keep your focus on the film and the lights that Hey, you, look out. Here come venomous crowds. Is this the vortex or have we run aground? Nothing to do but chill. Transfixed and sitting still. Keep your focus on the film and the lights that
That was great. That was really nice.
Thanks.
Maybe we'll use you guys as our litmus test for like girls.
That's it. We're the new.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hey.
Well, no, actually, the only guy that wasn't in Pizza Underground, the self-described boyfriend of the band, while we were playing your song in the opening, was like, "Hey, was this Radical Dads?" And I was like, "Oh, do you know them?" He's like, "No, I don't know them, but I've heard them." And I was like, "Oh,
Nice.
points up, my friend." Points up, yeah. So, keeping with all things pizza, because you have a pizza slice blog. Like,
Did you see Chris's socks?
Oh no, I didn't see his
I
socks.
have pizza socks on.
Oh, man.
Today.
Wait, did they get any pizza today?
Oh yeah, they stole a pie off the Pizza Underground.
Yeah, we got one of their
Yeah,
slices.
they got other slices.
Yeah.
They might literally cut you for that.
Wait, slice you.
Yeah. Mm.
They might.
So I mean, pizza slice
Boom.
blog is like very specific and very different than like a pizza blog.
Yeah. It's called Slice Guys.
Slice guys finish last.
In this case, they finished top of the heap.
Yeah. Tell us about the blog. I mean, when did it start?
It's an image-based online periodical. It started about a year ago. It uses a blogging platform called Tumblr.
They're new. I like them.
It's new. It's
Keep
brand
an eye-
new.
Hey,
They're
keep
doing
an
a lot
eye on
of good
them.
stuff.
And face something. Face.
Yeah.
Instagram.
It's a new platform. It allows you to express yourself and tap into your passions. So my friend and I at work, we're like co-founders.
The two slice guys.
We're both slice guys.
Obviously, it's a plural.
Right.
With a Z.
Right. It does have a Z.
And it's such a huge undertaking for a blog. You can't just do it by yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not if you're serious.
It's like trying to. Right.
Yeah. Well said.
So it basically initially it tried to portray people we thought were slice guys, regardless of their gender. So for instance, Mitt Romney made an appearance because he was eating a slice of pizza, and he just had this look on his face that suggested that he was a slice guy. But it kind of is like all encompassing of pizza culture.
I think Jon Stewart's a slice guy.
I believe he is.
Oh,
You ever see the most amazing skit of all time when I think it is Romney or maybe Donald Trump when he goes to like Familia's famous pizza.
Yeah.
It's the best.
And what
His pizza takedown bits are.
what makes a slice guy, or gal, or whoever?
I think.
Because
Can you answer that?
I mean, it's like
Slice sign.
Slice.
it's a certain like vibe. It's just the vibe of the thing.
Is there slice science to it?
It's like it's like, remember a few years ago, I guess it was more than a few years ago, when the Supreme Court was trying to define pornography, and
Yes.
there was
Yeah.
somebody was like, I can't define it, but I know it when I see it. I think it's kind of like that.
But don't you know when you see a slice?
Well, it's not slices necessarily.
Okay.
It's kind of just like pizza. Could be pizza themed imagery, or it could be slices, could be pies, could be toppings.
Have you been to the Pizza Museum down in Philadelphia?
Yeah, dude,
Yes.
like a month ago.
Did
Second
you try
trip.
the ice cream pizza?
No.
No.
They have a radical dad sticker on their megaphone.
Ooh.
That's really good. They know who you guys are. Now it's maybe too popular.
Wow.
We're not
No,
on
we
We're
gave
not
it
on
to
the
them.
wall,
We gave
though.
it to
We're
them.
not on the
Don't
wall.
worry.
Okay. Oh,
Snuck it
okay.
in there.
Oh, okay.
If you had to create the Radical Dad's pizza, what would the toppings be? And what type of pizza
Oh,
would it
man.
be?
This is.
Skateboard grip tape.
I think there would be some.
Prehistoric topping choices.
Yeah, like tar from the La Brea tar pits.
Gummy snacks.
Yeah.
And then lots of gummy snacks.
We eat a lot of gummy snacks
Oh,
as
yeah?
a band.
Do you have a favorite?
Whew. Favorite.
I like the little bottles of cola that also taste like cola.
Yeah. I like the
Soda
little-
and gummy snacks.
Yeah,
all in
frog-
one.
I mean, here
Boom.
frogs.
What's
Wait,
that?
the gummy frogs that taste like frogs.
Yeah, escargot. So good.
So good. All right, let's hear another. Let's shred another tune.
I don't know if I'd call this shredding. Let's
We
let's
can
work it
shred
out.
this one.
Oh yeah, do you want to shred
What's
it
the
too?
most shreddish?
We're going to stroke this one.
Okay. Live on Snack, like you'll know it when you see it.
Yeah.
What are we doing,
This is called recklessness.
Okay. Yeah.
You just have to remember how to play it.
Red lights, jumping silver sidewalks. Watch out that you don't get caught. Cars chasing, bus explosions, traffic jams, off motion. Watch out that you don't get caught. Just don't think you can ever hold on. Just don't think you can ever hold on. Just don't think you can ever hold on. It'll run you down when you least expect it, and you think that everything's fine. It's because it hasn't been wrecked yet. Just don't think you can ever hold on. Just don't think you can ever hold on. Just don't think you could ever hold on. Enjoy the impact that will collapse us. Enjoy the impact that will collapse.
There it is.
Drop it.
One question.
Tambourine drop. That's a new one.
That's how we do it.
There's a photo of like a Lego pizza slice on the blog.
Did you build that?
No, it's like Lego made a pizza. I don't know. Do you have more information on this?
No. Okay. So
It's off the rails.
I think one of the good things about the blog is that you can look at a picture that's posted on it, and then you can go inside my mind and be like, what did Chris Google to find this image?
I mean,
I like
I
that you
would've-
just called it blog with no Not the blog or my blog, but the one good thing about blog is, yeah.
I mean, to me, it's like the only one, so it's like it's the entire concept.
Yeah, it's the only one worth reading.
Huffington what? No.
Yeah. So you guys are recording a new record, right?
Oh yeah, I think we finished it, right?
Sort of just we're getting it mastered next week. So
Congratulations.
Psyched.
Oh, wait a second. I thought you were going to drop it secretly. Like Beyonce.
Yeah.
Can we scrub this segment from...
Yeah.
We were gonna do that, but then Beyonce did it. So.
Yeah.
How did you keep that fucking secret? I'm sorry.
He's a genius.
Are you about to say it wasn't a secret, like you knew?
No, I'm saying that I didn't know, but like it was like a secret just from the media. That's it. They just didn't tell people. I'm sure a lot of people know they just didn't tell people about it. It's really easy.
None of us were prepared for it.
Yeah. Really easy. We'll talk after. I think it's easier. So it's getting mastered. Are you excited about it?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Can you
Super
share
excited.
the name?
Can we share the name?
Yeah.
We can give you the exclusive name.
It's called Universal Coolers.
Ooh. Oh, I like it. Are you the Universal Coolers? Is that self-referential?
No.
No, but we want to be a part of the team.
Okay. Is this like a anti-global warming record? Did this show just get very political very fast? Soda, pizza, and politics. We don't do political shows.
Politics.
Not since episode 2, Greg. we got rid of that. Where did you guys record it?
At Gravesend Recordings with Julian and Carlos over there.
The Silent Barn.
Oh, nice.
The Silent Barn.
Yeah.
What's the snack situation like when you guys were recording?
Dismal.
Oh.
It's not so bad.
We supplied.
Yeah, we supply. I mean, we bring our
Right.
own snacks
BYOS.
wherever we go.
Yeah.
We got Annie Bunny gummies.
Once
Those are
he's the-
good.
Yeah, a very good snack bag.
There's a good, not to change the topic, but there's a good pizza restaurant over there.
It's true.
What's over there?
Norbert's.
Norbert. Is it like pizza like Roberta's or like a slice joint?
Slice joint.
Greg, obviously it's a slice joint. It wouldn't be good if it was not a slice joint. They don't have to be mutually exclusive. Do you know any place that's not a slice point that you consider good? Got it.
It's hard.
What about Motorino?
Pizza Hut? Yeah, Motorino's pretty good.
Guys like
Yeah,
that.
that's not a slice joint. Pizza Hut, you can do it turns into a slice joint if you get the buffet
Did you say slice jaw?
joint.
Because I think. Oh, okay.
Slice jaw.
Joint
Slice
jaw.
Ja.
We all worship him.
And what's the plan for the record? Are you guys gonna self-release on your label or?
We're not sure.
We don't know.
We might.
I don't know.
Do you guys want to put it
Do
out?
you guys know anybody
No.
in Matador Records?
Yes.
Do you guys have like some solid listeners from?
We have good. We got people.
We got.
All 7 of you, if you guys want to
Can we
release.
do a call out now?
Yeah.
Call-in
Do
show.
you like what you're hearing? Do you want to release a record? Get in touch with us.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how like they portray that in a lot of like movies with bands in like 80s and like early 90s. Like it just
Airheads?
happens. Like oh
That's
yeah,
what
it's
happened.
like,
That's what happened to Airheads.
yeah. We heard you on the radio. Now you're millionaires.
Is that Tom Petty had the best one? I thought.
What was Tom
He
Petty?
just went to LA and then he found a list of numbers of record companies and just called them, and then someone offered him a deal and he was just like, oh, this is pretty easy.
He went to California. He was like, I'm going to go to California and get a record deal.
Where did he find that list?
And everyone,
He went into a phone booth to call, and he found the list in the phone booth, and he's like, oh, this is going to be easy.
Wait a second. Like in a phone book.
This is according to his
And someone
amp-
or someone
Wait,
had
wait,
left.
wait, wait,
Someone
wait.
had left a list.
Someone had left a list.
Oh, he didn't just open up to R for record company. By the way,
Yeah,
that story
that's what I
sounds
heard.
so thin.
I know.
Like I had my laptop stolen once and got returned, and like the person who returned it stole it. They made up some story, and like the first 2 times I was like, oh my god, and third time someone's like, sounds like they're the ones that stole it, and I was like, shh, you're right, you're absolutely right. That story sounds like Tom Petty's like, I need something better
Yeah,
than just
he might
like
have.
yeah. But it's a good one.
But it fits with the movies.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Movie
Totally. Yeah.
ideas.
That magical list.
yeah. Oh, he went into one record company and they're like, it was like a major label, like Warner Brothers or something huge. And they're like, okay, we're really psyched about you, Tom. We'll put out your like first single. And he was like, no, I want a whole record deal. And so he left and went to another record company and got a record deal, like at the next place.
That's how easy it is. When you're
Tom Petty's the man.
Exactly.
Also, it's like totally of a different time.
Yeah.
It's like it's just
No way.
If you show up, you're in.
yeah. I mean that's also how they portrayed it on movies. Like it was a time where if you just showed up, yeah, we'll give you. Well, yeah, we got so much money to be made. Well, he won because he's Tom
did. He's
Petty.
Tom Petty.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw him
Imagine if
this
that
summer.
First story is true, where the guy's like,
I was the guy who left the record list, or the second story where it's like, I turned down the idea of a Tom Petty album. I just wanted to do a single.
Right.
Let's find those guys.
They lost.
They open up full pizza pie places. Who's making those guys are not Slice guys.
No.
No.
Those guys
They didn't know it when they saw it.
Yeah. All right. Well, where can people find your music? Follow you guys. When's the new album coming out?
Who knows?
In the spring.
Springtime.
Probably spring. 2014.
2014. 2018.
Yeah, it's like
We're planning on making this the lost album. We're back in the studio.
Yeah.
we're gonna wait till the reunion offers.
Yeah. We're gonna break up right now.
Were you guys bowling today?
We were at Brooklyn
We did a
Bowl.
kids show. We did a Kid Rocker.
Oh,
show
you
this
did the Kid
morning.
Rocker show.
Yeah.
How was
yeah.
it?
It was awesome.
Amazing.
Do those kids bug out?
A little bit.
In their own way.
What are the
Their own
parents?
way.
What are the parents like? Do they just have like drunk?
Parents are
Drunk.
the best.
They're like
Pictures of margaritas.
they're all kind of like hunched over with their like smartphones out, like just like following the kids
Yeah.
around.
Documenting the cuteness.
Did you get any wings?
You kind
We got fried chicken.
Oh, it's so good. They
It's
really.
delicious.
We've said it before. Say it again. Brooklyn Bowl, best hospitality if you ever play there.
They were very,
They
very
know what
nice
they're
to
doing.
us.
Were they showing that one scene of a shark eating a dolphin from the
They loop Planet Earth. They just
like
loop,
they just
the-
loop Planet Earth, and I think they only have one of the discs, and it's always I feel like it's always the shark eating
I
the
think I've
seal.
seen that in the past.
You know, they slow down, like super slow down.
Yeah.
It's the most. I mean, that's all you really need to see.
Yeah.
over and over again.
Maybe,
for the,
maybe not
for
during
the kids.
Yeah, the kids
for the
will love
kids.
that.
Not the kids.
They gotta learn something.
Hey, you get out of line? Look at that.
Yeah.
You get out of line? You're the seal.
We had stickers, and one of the kids was scared of our sticker.
Start crying.
Is it the same type of sticker that's on the megaphone at the pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a skateboarding bulldog.
Yeah.
Oh, and the kid.
Yeah.
That kid's kind of a tough life. Ooh, I'm sorry. That's tough. Oh yeah, he was a photo or is it like a drawing?
It's a drawing.
Oh my.
Timmy is afraid of stickers. I'm sure there's a name for that.
It's a pretty gnarly drawing of a skateboard bulldog. Though.
Yeah.
It's
We
got
did.
tongue
We
out
see. We
glasses.
brought our own video to Brooklyn Bowl tonight, or this
Yeah, we
morning,
played
or whenever
videos
we
while we
played.
played.
Oh, really?
It's been a very confusing day,
Good.
but it was of skateboarding bulldogs. So
Oh,
okay.
the kid was crying.
kids were into
Pulled
that.
all the YouTube clips.
Oh, it's pretty
There's
good.
a lot of skateboarding bulldogs.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Sweet. Well, why don't we get one more song? 2013.
Can you adjective this or verb it? We're not since it's not shredding. It's going to be
Slicing.
slicing.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Slicing.
that's fair.
We're gonna slice it up.
That would stick to the overall theme of the show.
Since we joked over everything, what's the nuts and bolts of how people get your music and come see you? What's the next show?
Next show is January 31st because we're hibernating for a month.
Fair enough.
Just, you
Naturally.
Well, Times Square,
Stay warm.
After
New Year's
the
Eve,
show,
obviously.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
You
After
guys are
that,
playing in the ball.
Yeah, Ryan.
After-
Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah,
Ryan
but then they're-
Seacross,
then-
not a slice guy.
Then they're not going to be.
Ryan Seacrest.
Oh.
Did someone say that already?
Oh my God, we got it. Ryan Seacrest, slice guy. Ryan Seacrest,
Not so
Not
much.
a slice guy. And where?
RadicalDads.com.
And then where are you playing on the 31st?
Oh, Silent Barn.
Perfect.
Turning
You
to
know.
the scene of the crime.
That place is great. That place is way less.
I think that's the new signifier.
What?
Have you been to Silent Barn? Then
Yeah.
maybe
No.
they're cool.
No.
Did you get your hair cut at Silent Barn? That's the
There- Oh,
signifier.
Are they offering haircuts?
Oh, yeah.
There it is, Darren.
Haircuts.
There it is.
Well,
Chris got one.
I got mine there.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's why he's a
I
slice
don't know.
guy. And
She
we're
got her
not.
haircut at Silent Barn, and I saw her eating a slice. Yeah, just lock it.
yeah, lock
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah, put
Lock
ring
it
on
up.
that.
Yeah.
She's going to record her new EP with Julian and Carlos.
Yeah.
Oh, and she
Like,
was listening
yeah.
to Drama Me, and I was like, all right. All right.
Forgive that one.
No, that's just the only old song they ever truck out. The only one.
Really?
Yeah, let her play Ohio or something like that. Anyway,
Breakthrough. Come on.
Oops.
Here we go.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us.
all right, I'm gonna go die now. All right. So this is it. Hey, to everyone, have a happy and healthy New Year.
Be safe.
Eat pizza. Be merry. Take some time off. Drink some whiskey.
We'll see you in 2014.
Oh my God, 2014. It's gonna be huge. So many slices.
Big slice.
Successful attempts, it depends where it ends. Dotted lines dividing here. The road disappears. Follow directions whispered in my ear.
Stay close to the maps. There's no need to unpack.
But we're staying here in this doomed atmosphere. Petroglyphs on worn down cliffs. We don't stop, we'll know what we miss. Southwest bliss on monoliths. Service roads going off of the grid.
Repeat the final lines in your head. You can't make sense of what was just said.
When it all turns to dust. It's enough to bury both of us. 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 It's enough.
We talk about food, we talk about music with musical dudes. Finger on the pulse, snacky tunes.
Snacky Tunes is powered by Simplecast. Thanks for listening to Heritage Radio Network, food radio supported by you. Keep in touch at heritageradionetwork.org/subscribe.